Hello, Scorpio. Hello. Welcome to your reading. It's Sage. Okay, so um, lots of interesting decks came out for your reading today. We have the Wild Unknown Archetype deck, and where is it? The Citadel Oracle, and we have my Spells and Spaces Tarot Oracle, sorry, and my Body Oracle. Okay. So, where are my charms? Where the hell did I? Oh, yeah, here it is. So let's see. So I kind of already know what this reading should center on. We have purple lilac wax flower, a bit of a cross section of a tree, and a key. And all this is giving me vibes of like earthy, grounded contentment. So let's see what kind of reading we need to go for. Okay, for you. Okay, interesting. A fast reading, maybe like a A to B reading. So this is my symbol for inner child. And oh, this is about getting your inner child to feel welcome. What will get you there? Okay. Okay, so a quick no-nonsense reading for you is what they are asking. A quick no-nonsense reading for you, Scorpio. So, you know what? So since it seems like your inner child is clearly not feeling welcomed in this world, let's see what you can do to help your inner child, right? Okay. So I think I'll just do a compass reading, right, for your inner child. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's perfect. You know what? Okay. And the key over there makes sense too. Let me just bring that welcome charm home. And let me see. Let me get there. Okay, never mind. I think that's enough. Okay, so basically, you have a wish to be cherished and welcomed in a space, in a home, and you want to get to that point, you know. Okay, so let's do a compass reading so that your inner child can find its way to a place where he or she or they are welcomed. Okay, so for your inner child to feel good, and to feel welcomed, what is super important for you to keep in your heart at all times? The box. Okay, so with the box, what I'm getting is safe space. You need a safe space. Okay, you need a room, you need a home, you need, you know, whatever it is, maybe even like a little bit of corner, but you need it. You need a safe space for yourself. Okay, where the hell is that thing? Should be, man, I am not good at these Roman numerals. What comes after what? I swear. This is, oh yeah, okay, okay. We all live, to some degree, within the confines of the box. This archetype represents everything that is known, anticipated, and expected. This holds us in place while simultaneously holding us back from our greatest visions. The box is sneaky, insidious, and everywhere, limiting us at the most unconscious levels. It is built up of layer upon layer of social constructs and pressures. Breaking through its confines requires awareness, continued effort, and bravery. This box may appear as expectations from parents as well-paying but heartless job, the pressure to look or behave like others, or simply to stay small. There is a box around you now made of the same confining thought. What is it? The box shifts, morphs as we grow. This is part of its multi-layered nature. Once you break through, okay. You know what? Okay. So maybe you don't need a compass reading, right? You need A to B reading. Right. It's making more sense now. Okay. So obviously, it seems like, put it here. So obviously it seems like for your inner child to be safe, you feel like you need to be the good guy, the good girl. You feel like, you have to always behave in a certain way. So right now your child is in a box. Cool. You know what, actually let me just keep point B here. Okay, let me just keep point B right here. We'll find out about point B later, but right now you have point A. Okay, so point A is our starting point. Maybe, you've progressed from being here, maybe not. So let's see. How do you get here? So we have the tailor upside down, interesting. We have the waker also upside down. We have the weaver. The sentinel. Oh my gosh, is any one of you going to appear upright already? Spy master. Okay. None of these are upright. Okay. Don't worry, it just means that you haven't tapped into these things yet. Or you know what, Scorpio, this is a general reading. So, no matter where you are in the timeline from A to B with your inner child, and, like letting your inner child feel welcome and at home, So, okay. So this point is the tailor reversed. So the tailor is attention to detail and pride. Okay, so that really goes along with the good boy or good girl kind of persona. Because if you're so concerned with how you're gonna come off to other people, then you've been the tailor. Okay, you've been tailoring your whole personality to other people's expectations. You've been tailoring your whole personality to other people's wants and needs, you know. So it appearing upside down is actually a good thing over here, because it means that um, you're moving away from perfectionism. You're moving away from, like giving attention to every little detail. You are breaking free from, um, just, yeah, from caring so much about these little things. You are becoming more blasé. You are becoming more rough around the edges. You're dropping the need to be precise with your words. You might be losing a sense of tact, you know. um, so that may be happening, which is a good thing, you know, which is a good thing. It might be really frustrating. It might feel like you're whatevering through life, but it's a good thing. And then we have the waker upside down. Let me see. Hmm. So this part kind of feels like, okay, so you know what? Um, Now it feels like everything is a box. So this is a Taylor box that you need to get out of. This is the Waker box that you need to get out of. The Weaver box, the Sentinel box, the Spy Master box. Okay, okay. So, yeah, with the Waker over here, I think this one, for the first time, it is coming up with a very different sort of message. Okay, for the first time, it's coming up as, um, don't be so self-aware, you know. I think because that was also part of your box. Um, being so self-aware, being so like, oh my God, you know. Okay, wait. I know the perfect example. I know the perfect example for this. Um, Imagine that your friend was talking about someone who takes too long in the shower, okay, and wastes all of the water, okay. And then immediately you'll be like, oh, I wonder if I take too long in the shower, maybe I should stop. This is self-awareness to a chronic point where, even if someone is talking about someone else, you'll be like, oh, am I doing that? Should I correct myself? It's um, it has its roots in wanting to correct yourself, like putting yourself back in the box. Um, this is so okay. So it's like this, right? At this stage, when you're out of the tailored box, um, you will lose all of that perfectionism. And then when you're out of the waker box, you will gain the ability to be petty, gain the ability to just like, um, just do whatever, because like it's such a luxury when like you're the kind of person who will see other people like drinking, losing control of themselves, and just like saying something stupid and then next day regretting it, and you kind of feel jealous of that person. So this card upside down is about like, like unwoking yourself, being more like chilled out, um, allowing your pettiness to come through, whatever. Just be yourself, be human, be whatever. So that's what's coming up with this box. Okay, and then so it's like this, um, like a box within a box sort of thing. You have to keep getting out of boxes. So this one is a Weaver box. Okay, so let me see what this is about. Rediscovery and transition. Weaver box. I think I might need some help to understand it. This. What do you mean? Spine. Flexibility, confidence, and power. Flexibility, confidence, and power. Okay. So after you stop, being such a good fucking person all the time, always taking the high road, not allowing yourself to have like a little moment of pettiness, that never killed anybody, that never sent anyone to hell, you know. So after releasing yourself from being too woke, um, you're you find yourself in this other box where you're kind of dealing with um, plans for the future, and um, you've always taken a path that was always already kind of weaved for you, because we have, wait, rediscovery and transition upside down with the spine. Okay. So so okay, this is okay, I got it now I got it. Okay, this is about stopping careful planning. Okay, because it was kind of linked to this, this is where you were trying to like tailor your personality to suit other people, like the things you said and you didn't say, it was very contingent on the people around you, and what you thought that they could hear from you. But over here, it's about carefully planning for your future, or like a business or whatever. It's that feeling of needing to carefully plan, because like, what if I make a mistake? So that's another box you got to get out of. Instead of carefully planning like a pattern that needs to be weaved, just go in without a plan at all. Fuck around and find out. So that's this level. This is the fuck around and find out level. Okay, and then you release yourself from that box, and now you're here, um, needing to just drop your guard. Okay, um, at this juncture, you feel the need to um, be protective, but you kind of need to like drop those guards. um, you kind of need to stop expecting an attack, stop expecting that people will find what you're doing to be, irresponsible or childish. Stop thinking that they're going to find fault with your personality. Stop thinking that you don't look the part or whatever. So it's all about that. It's all about you've you've stopped tailoring your personality. You've stopped trying to be so self-aware and trying to like correct your mistakes before it happened, and you've stopped trying to overtly prepare for the future. And because you've stopped all of that, you feel very vulnerable, and you feel very scared that, oh my god, I am exposed now. People are going to like find fault in everything that I've planned, everything that I've said, my whole personality, the way that I look, the way that I dress, blah blah blah. And you feel the need to like just protect yourself, maybe hide away, but it's saying don't do that. You say your bit, don't take it back. you know don't say sorry, but I have this opinion. It's all about allowing yourself to be vulnerable, and kind of telling yourself that that you don't have to expect an attack every time. That's just it. That's just it with the sentinel. Like, stop being so defensive. Stop expecting attack. So this is the final box. Okay, this is the final box. So this is the spy master. This is about needing to know all the fucking time. Okay, because like, what if I did something? What if I didn't know? What if, like, all of that, all of the what ifs that come up from all of this is just a part of that fear of failure. you know like, you're always wondering if there's something that you missed out, or something that maybe you're just like, oh, is there gaps in my knowledge? Or maybe I think that they like me, but maybe they actually don't like me. Maybe they're thinking the worst things. So how do I find out what they are thinking? So it's about releasing yourself from that also. Yeah. So when you release yourself from that, you detach yourself from the reactions of other people, right? Because when it's upright, you're trying to like control everything, because uh, yeah, you're trying to like just control how you are. Yeah. So honestly, I feel like if you are a tarot reader, then maybe this stage of your inner healing might require you to take some space from your tarot. You know, you don't need to know everything. Your life is not going to be fucked up because you didn't know this one crucial information. So it's about letting go of wanting to know. So yeah. So yeah, so it's like you have several little boxes keeping your inner child in and making it feel so unwelcome in your own body, you know. So you need to let go of the tailor within you that keeps needing to edit things. You need to let go of the work person within you. You need to let go of the woke person within you that keeps asking you to correct yourself. You need to let go of the weaver within you that's like all serious when you think about the future and wants to like meticulously plan everything, that feels choking, that feels suffocating to your inner child. You want to let go of the sentinel that just keeps overprotecting you, really. You don't need that kind of protection. Your childhood might have been bad, but like right now things are changing, you know. Um, it's good for a child to be vulnerable, just be itself. And finally, you need to let go of that need to constantly know or like constantly check if there's something that you didn't know that you should know. So yeah, and so now let's see, after kicking out the tailor, the waker, the weaver, the sentinel, and the spy master, you know where will your inner child be? The poet. Oh my god, such a sensitive little soul you've got, you know. Okay, so it looks like a lot of emotional, beautiful quality is going to come out. You know, there's this romantical nature to you. Um, yeah, you see the world uniquely. We need the poets, we need the artists. We need them to see the world as they do, and we need them to communicate it to us. And it makes sense, right? Like, now let's go this way, right? Um, so, for a poet, if a poet were to know everybody's reactions to their art, you know, they it'll get in their head. They won't be able to create. And if a poet can't be vulnerable, they can't connect. If a poet plans too many things meticulously, they might suck out all of the spontaneous creativity that they need to do the work that they need to do. And if a poet is too damn woke, they don't sink into the experience of being human, and they won't be able to express it either, you know. And finally, letting go of the tailor, you know that means being able to express yourself in the rawest way, and not brutally cut and edit yourself just because you think that someone's not going to understand. So yeah, all these people are are not good supportive energies for the poet. So if you have all of these voices clamoring in you, caging your inner child, you need to let go of them. Maybe it's not going to be as streamlined as this, but I think you'll manage. I think you'll manage just fine. Okay. So I think we've done the A to B reading. Um, I think there is. I don't think there's anything else to say here, really, Scorpio. It's just that, you know, um, the poet may not have been welcomed in your childhood, but the poet is certainly welcomed now. And so you must release the poet within you. Your sensitive inner child, you must release it from all of the these people, these voices within, and you're gonna be fine. You're gonna be welcomed. You're gonna feel um, that you reside in your body, you know. I knew this was going to be about like soul fulfillment, you know, with that wax flower and the key there, with the tree. Um, and this is really nice to look at. Yeah, so okay then, Scorpio, it looks like you have all of the information you need. I don't know where you are in the timeline of things with your inner child, but trust that you will find your new home. Okay? Love you, Scorpio. See you next time.